who's the educated, who's the backwards. Ar-Rahman, allama al-Quran, khalaqa al-insan, allamahu al-bayan.
Assalamu alaikum everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Real Talk, Deen and Dunya. I am one of your hosts, Mustafa Talib.
And I am one of your hosts, Abdurrahman Talib.
And I'm one of your hosts, Ayman Talib.
And today we're going to be talking about real resistance. Pun intended, R-E-E-L, real for our audible audience. And we're going to start off with real life examples of what is happening and what it means to have resistance, and then shift over to fiction, talking about movies and films that exemplify this. Yeah. And before we start...
And this is like a classic take on art imitating life.
Correct. Yeah. Versus life imitating art, which we will talk about maybe in another episode.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that. But before we begin, I wanted to return the... what's the word? Not favor. I would like to gift you two something.
Oh, you came with gifts today.
And with each
one... It only took 2 times.
So, at long last, after all my years of waiting...
No!
The Cave of Wonders.
Yay!
Because we are calling this the Cave of Wonders.
Thank you.
That's the real Tiger King.
And
nice.
And it lights up.
No way.
In the bottom.
Okay.
Flip her on.
Nice.
Show the camera.
Very cool. Yes. Well, not that one.
Not that one.
That one.
No, show this one. Yeah.
This one?
Where you talk to. Nice. Awesome.
MashaAllah. Jazakallah khair.
You're welcomes. And for you, of course.
Oh.
I have brought peace, freedom, justice, and liberty to my new empire. Security, dang it. Your new empire.
Don't make me kill you.
It's a Anakin to Darth Vader 3D motion frame.
Lithogram.
Oh, man.
What's it called?
Lithogram, I think.
Lithogram. Nice.
That's nice.
Well,
so you can hang that in your classroom or in your home, or...
If you would do me the honor of putting it next to the genie of the lamp.
Salam and good evening to you, my friend. Lit or no?
No.
Oh, I didn't even notice this, but in the background, when it's Anakin, it's the clone troopers, and then as he goes to Darth Vader, it's the stormtroopers.
Yes.
That's cool, man. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, guys. Moving on. So now that we got that out of the way, let's dive deep into this conversation of real resistance. So we know, obviously now, what's been happening for over 85 years, but in the last 2 years now, coming up on 2 years.
I got to call you out on that. 85?
It's 75. 80? I'm sorry. I don't know the history.
So if you're starting at 1948,
yes.
I don't. I started in 1917. The Balfour Declaration.
Right. That's
the freaking British.
Right.
They're never the good guy in the story.
Knock.
We're talking about...
It's Europe.
We're talking about, of course, Palestine.
Yes.
Gaza.
So at the time of this recording, it is still short of 2 years.
Yeah. And so we see that every day, and it's traumatizing. It makes us sad, and so forth. And so, what films have shown?
So we've seen in many films the people rising against oppression.
Yes, and we've talked about it before.
Yeah, and we side with the oppressed. We side with, we have no problem.
The underdogs.
Well,
we have no problem understanding the perspective of the resistance. And I love that there was that post that's been kind of circulating for over a year at this point. It said when you watched Star Wars, you sided with the rebellion and later on the resistance. When you watched the Hunger Games, you sided with what they call the resistance.
I think so, yeah.
When you watched Terminator, you sided with the resistance. When it's fiction, you can
The
see
Matrix.
it. When you watch the Matrix, you sided with the resistance. When it's fiction, you can tell very clearly who is the resistance or who is the resistor,
Who's on the right side of
who's the
history.
oppressor, and who's being oppressed.
Right.
Yeah.
But when it's laid out in front of your eyes, when it's in real time.
It's in real life.
It's been broadcast in 4K. That's the new expression. It's broadcast in 4K. Everyone can see it on a daily.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Javier.
You have a really hard time. Yes, thank you, Javier, for what he said. You have a really hard time saying, well, it's complicated. Nah, bro. It's not. You need to uncolonize your mind.
There you go.
So
Free your mind.
free your mind. Thanks, Morpheus. So what films have demonstrated historic events? We've talked about it.
Well, let's start with. I mean, your favorite movie of all time, Braveheart. We've talked about that a little bit before.
By
Yeah.
great length. Yes.
Sure.
So
I mean, if we're gonna start talking about resistance movies, I want to start with the GOAT.
Yeah, okay. Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, which is Line of the Desert.
Omar Mukhtar,
Mukhtar.
which is actually just the other day.
Just happened a few days ago.
Was it the?
The 16th.
No, I'm talking about what anniversary was it?
Okay, so
What year?
1931 to 2025. We're
90.
yeah, so 95 years.
95. Wow.
Okay, it's been 95 years since his martyrdom, his execution, and at the time of this recording. And what's interesting in that film is that it's in Hollywood in general. Anytime Arabs and Muslims are on screen, the default is either they
the rednecks of the Middle East.
well, they're always painted as the
Hillbillies.
For God's sakes, Back to the Future.
Yeah.
The Libyans.
The
Yep,
Libyans.
exactly.
And they're actually the Libyans here.
Right. So
Yes.
exactly, they are the Libyans. So they're always backwards, savages, uneducated, unevolved, unsophisticated,
Uncivilized.
the savage. When you have the white superiority, Eurocentric, we're the white savior coming to educate you, to enlighten you, you have to come up with a title or a brand or a name to justify, right in the name, right in what you call the other, to put them down, and I am here to bring you up, right? And so Allah yarhamu, Mustafa al-Aqad, when he made the film, and even, it still holds true to this day, 30 years, or my God, 40 years later, that since it was more than 40 years, wow, 45 years, this has been made, that the default is when Arabs, Muslims are on screen, they are not the good guys, right?
Deliberately portrayed.
Correct. And I mean, what we just mentioned, Line of the Desert, they are the real good guys, right?
I love it.
And I actually, as you were saying it, I just thought about this. The first time you ever see them, so you were saying that anytime you see Arabs, Muslims in general, the other, anytime they're portrayed in films, they're always portrayed in a very specific kind of way, and it's like that from the get-go. But if you watch Line of the Desert, the very beginning is them kind of tending to their lands, doing the things,
Everyday life.
and then all of a sudden you just see like there's
It's documentary explosions,
because they were all about the propaganda back then, and they needed to document everything. So he uses, and that Allah yarhamu, he uses all that footage that he could use. And puts it into, so there's shots in the movie of like the camps and stuff, and it's aerial footage and stuff. It's actual like
the footage of the concentration camps.
But what I was going to say was the first real scene, an actual scene where there's like speaking and stuff this is portraying the Muslim, the Arab, whatever.
Right.
What do you see? The very first scene.
They're learning.
They're learning Quran.
They're learning Quran.
Not just that.
And the leader of the resistance is doing what?
He's the teacher.
It's Omar the teacher.
It's Omar the teacher.
And that's actually one of the titles of one of the tracks by Maurice Jarre.
Right.
No, yes, Maurice Jarre, who was the composer of that movie, and as well as the message.
Yeah.
And it's Omar the teacher, and it's you see him, and he's teaching Surah Al-Rahman.
Surah Al-Rahman.
MashaAllah.
The merciful,
that is-
the most merciful.
And again, back to the whole, who's the educated, who's the backwards? Ar-Rahman, allama al-Quran, khalaqa al-insan, allamahu al-bayan. This is, so, this
for
is
our
the,
non-Muslim audience,
for the non-Arabic speaking audience, so the rough translation off the cuff is the most merciful. He taught the Quran, he meaning God. He created man. He taught him speech. He taught him eloquent speech, right? And when you look in the exegesis, is that the right word? Exegesis, the tafsir, right? Of what bayan is. Bayan is
clear speech.
No, it's knowledge.
It's knowledge.
It's all encompassing.
It's intelligence.
And that knowledge, what we derive from that is that all knowledge is actually what?
Divine.
It's divine.
Right. And this is where it gets really cool, is because neurologists will tell you that that when a person learns language, right, this is directly related to the neurological development of a human being. And this is the deciding factor between a human and an animal. It's language. علمه القرآن علمه البيان خلق الإنسان علمه البيان.
I did not know that.
Okay. And you connect that with the story of creation with Adam alayhi salam, right? وعلم الأسماء
كلها.
Check it out. You see, put that together, right? Allah taught Adam all the names.
And here,
everything.
okay,
The names of what? The names of
what?
what? It is things. It is the names of everything, right?
Here's another one.
Okay. He taught him the names of everything. What did Malcolm do when he was in prison?
Study the dictionary.
He copied the dictionary. He learned the words. So that and what did he do with those words? He literally flipped the script on the authority and showed the hypocrisy of the system that they wanted so badly
To be a
keep
part of,
black
yeah.
people under, right? And keep them down, keep them oppressed and all that. Okay, so same language, same colonizer mindset now, but in this film, in Light of the Desert, is being fought against on the military level as a resistance to the military invasion and occupation of in this scenario, the Italians on the Libyan people.
Right. You were going to say something.
I was going to say something that has actually nothing to do with the topic at hand, but when you were saying it, it's just something that I kind of like was connecting, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, allamahu al-bayan, he taught mankind clear language, he taught them knowledge, we can translate that speech. Yeah. And we said that all language and all knowledge is divine, and it's one of the signs about, you said, like the neurologist will say that this is the thing that separates humans from animals, and it's just one of those other signs. And in Surah Ar-Rahman, this is the surah that has all the signs.
Allah, yeah.
That talks about how the moon and the sun, how they go a certain way, how there's a separation between the seas, and and of course the most repeated verse in that Quran, in that surah is
فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ.
Which of your Lord's signs will you deny?
Will you two deny? Will the both of you deny?
Will the both of you, right?
Right? Who are the two? Think about it. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Which of your signs will the two of you deny? Humans and jinn. Because everybody else gets it.
Right, because
they're all part of the program.
Because even when you hear the birds chirping, they're worshiping Allah. They're praising Allah.
They're singing the praise of the Lord.
Right.
Literally.
Subhanallah.
Right. Humans and jinn.
We have free will.
We have
also the knowledge and the intellect.
We have intellect or choice of intellect. So that's why if we do it, we become greater than the angels. If we don't apply it, if we don't recognize the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if we don't if we don't submit our will, right? If we don't submit to the program, the Quran, and the method of that, the method of the Quran, the Sunnah, right? Then what happens? Then we become worse than animals because you're not applying that intellect. Anyway, back to real resistance.
Not aql.
Aql.
Yeah. I just set up earlier.
So back to the film. Back to the Line of the Desert.
So Line of the Desert, it takes the narrative of the Eurocentric white savior, hero, whatever, and flips it on the script because here the Europeans are the colonizers, they're the invaders, they are the oppressors,
Yeah.
right? And so the camera is for the most part following the Libyan, not just the resistance fighters, the main character
Their
being
life.
Omar al-Mukhtar, but also the civilians, right? The Italians, we only see the military side for almost exclusively,
And the ballroom.
and the ballroom scene. So I don't know why that just reminded me of Inglourious Bastards and the movie films festival. Anyway, because they're all there as dates with the military personnel.
correcto.
Gorlami.
Because I speak the best Italian.
Anyway, yeah. So we root for the
Resistance.
resistance when we watch these movies.
The good guys.
It's easy. It's
clear
because and we all
who's
we
who's the oppressor and who's the
and
oppressed.
we have the advantage of 2020, right? We can look back on it.
Yeah.
In that time, what would you have done if you were there, right? The Libyans were not 100% all behind Omar al-Mukhtar and the resistance.
Right.
You had a number of people that were benefiting from the invasion, from the occupier, from the dealings and wheelings of the invader. So they were benefiting. They were getting paid. They were getting land. They were getting titles. They were getting...
And we've seen this over and over again. This is part of... It's the same script.
Playbook. Wow. Let's try that again. It is the same playbook.
Yeah.
At this point, it's 20 years. The movie is 20 years into the resistance. It is... And so we're seeing that the Libyans are... They got their resistance tactics under... It's in their hand. It's in control. They got it. And then Graziani is appointed by Mussolini himself to become the new governor of Libya and to take on and to crush the rebellion, quote unquote. Because they're okay. So even again back to the language, right? They call it a rebellion. They don't consider themselves rebellions. They consider themselves resistance because you're coming into my land, right? You're taking over my land. You're burning my house, my food. You're killing my people. You're killing my wife, my children. You're taking my girls away, right? What do you expect me to do? Just sit and just lay down and take it?
They want you to. They expect that.
And then if you do, and then if you dare say it, what do they come at you with? They say, "I have it on good authority that your Quran says that you cannot fight a battle
or fight
a war that you will lose,
that you cannot win,
right?" And then he goes, "Now
you're interpreting our religion for us.
The book leaves no doubt.
The book leaves no doubt that it is our duty to God to defend ourselves against those who have driven us out of our homes."
Full stop. I love
Plain
it.
and simple.
He goes, "You must fight us? Yes,
Yes, we must.
we must." Just very so casually.
Yeah.
Yes,
For as
we
long
must.
it was like, for as long as you take our lands, for as long as we are able, we must fight you. Must? Yes, we must.
Yes, we must.
Hardly.
As a matter of fact, like, this is something that I have to do
Yep.
because I understand
It's my right to fight.
it's not my right. It's my duty.
my duty, that's what
I
I meant, yeah.
have to. I am. This is my
Obliged.
purpose at this moment. I
I'm
am
obligated.
compelled. I am obligated by the commandments that Allah has given me
Yeah.
to do this thing.
And it's, the God-given right, the natural right, and the human right, and every other kind of right, as Malcolm put it. I love it. Right? It's true. Forget, we're way past right. Okay? We're way past rights. It is obligation.
Long live the resistance.
Amen to that.
Long live the resistance.
Okay.
So that's one piece of history.
So that's like, so a lot of desert. We see like how it plays out also, right? It's not completely, Libyans on one side, Italians on the other side. We see some sympathetic Italian characters,
yeah.
right? Soldiers. You have the colonel.
He gets promoted to colonel after his. We're talking about the same character. The
Tell
one
your
that, the one that
general-
survives the first. That Alma gives him the
No,
flag.
not him.
No, okay.
So I was gonna get to him.
Okay.
But
the negotiating.
yeah,
You got
I'm
it,
trying to remember
okay,
his name. But yeah, so because even his opening line, right, when we first see him in the ballroom, his opening line, he tells Graziani when he meets him, he tells him that he has 5,000 Bedouins on his compound. He has no food for them, right? And Graziani tells him, was like, "What you need, Colonel, is this." Right? He's ruthless, right? And we see, and subhanAllah, the relationship between the colonel and Omar Mukhtar in the film is that of respect. And this is like, I think the main point, and this is one of the key points in the film, is that I don't care if my oppressor likes me. I really don't. Okay, I'm gonna do what I have to do. I'm gonna be principled. I'm going to
uphold
fight.
Moral character.
Yeah, I'm gonna defend myself. I'm gonna defend my land. I'm gonna defend my family. So I don't care if you like me, because you are the one who was causing all this to me, right? But at the same time, if you respect me, then we can actually see each other as men, right? And we saw that whoever interacted with Al-Mukhtar in the film, and I'm sure in real life this is the situation, whether or not they liked him, they definitely respected him, right? You look at the colonel when I identified him after Al-Mukhtar was captured, he identified him. He was like, "Yes, I confirm." And he looked at him. He was like, "I don't like it. Look how gloomy he looks. Look how pathetic he looks." Right? And the Italian soldier is like, it's like, "How can you say that? He fought against us for 20 years. He's a gallant enemy. Omar Mukhtar should be treated by us with dignity and with respect. With respect, he should have been whipped all the way here." Why is he thinking like that? Because he is the Eurocentric, I am here to bring Italian civilization to your culture, you backwards, whatever. And he's like, "We're doing you a favor," right? What is it called? The white man's burden, the white man's burden of proof, or not white man's burden, or the it's called. There's something. It's actually called something in history. Anyway, and then in the same scene, he goes and he's like, "Sir, can I do anything? Is there anything I can do for you?" Amr Mukhtar, the adhan's going off, and Amr Mukhtar is like, "Well, if you could allow me a little water, I could make myself ready for prayers, right? And the chains while I pray." He's like, "Of course," right? And the other guy is like, "After the question, he was like, he only wants to pray."
He's at this point, how old is he?
73.
Yeah. Where's he gonna go?
Yeah, he's like, "I'm too old to climb walls or fight barehanded. What are you gonna do to me? Okay, let me pray." Okay, and then the Italian soldier is like, "On your own personal responsibility, sir." He's like, "Yes, I will." Right. The other character, the young boy, in the first battle that we see in the film, right? There's him and the other gunmen. They're the sole survivors of the entire battle, and Amr Mukhtar comes to him and he gives him the flag, the Italian flag, and he tells him, "Here, tell your general it does not belong here," right? And then that's planted the seed with him throughout the whole movie.
And then he goes back to Graziani.
In the concentration camp, he's told that he gets the honor of executing the hanging, right? And he refuses. He says, "No,
I did not join the army to kill women,
I did not join the army to hang women,
right,
sir." Right? And then Graziani punished him and sent him back into the field, onto the front line. Right? And then he winded up getting shot in the back by his own guy.
I was going to say before that, so when he goes back to Graziani and you see him after he gets the flag, he goes and he's back in I'm thinking it's not in the office. In the office, right? Yeah. He's in the office and he's trying to tell him like, "This is who." I mean, he's like, "Fine. Yes, you will be decorated." This. He's trying to shut him up. Yeah. Because he's like, "I have a new perspective. Yeah. Because I've seen the man, I've dealt with the man. And he's not this thing that we keep talking about."
So Graziani said that, this young man who saved our flag, right? He said, "I saved our flag." He's like, "Sir, he gave us the flag." And he was like, yeah, you'll be decorated.
To fit the narrative
fit their narrative.
Yeah.
I have to say this, even though, I mean, like, we talk about like the colonel, who was the negotiating, the guy.
He's the diplomat.
He's the diplomat. Sure. Fine. He's not, I still don't, he's a level below Graziani and all those, and the oppressors, but at the end of the day, what is he still? He's still an oppressor.
Sure.
And that's the thing that I worry about, is that we become comfortable and we almost idolize these people. They said, but that's a good one over there.
Right.
How is that any different from
he's
the
wearing
opposite?
The soldier. He's wearing
that any
the
different from the opposite, which is like, you see
Not
all
of them.
those, yeah, not all those. That's a good black guy over there. Like, how many times have we heard that in movies and in different
Right.
mediums?
Right.
How many times have we've seen that before? I've seen this movie first. I've seen this movie before.
I've seen this movie before.
The black guy dies first.
You do it.
We've seen this before. We've seen this play out where there's a guy that's written in just to be like, oh well, he was one of the good ones,
Right. So this is on the opposite side where the oppressor is the
right. But at the same time, he's still what?
He's still wearing the
He's
uniform.
still wearing the uniform. He's still an oppressor.
Right.
So
And
even though he's a good guy,
Yeah.
he's still not a good guy.
He's not fighting for the right team.
Right.
Right. So what happens at the end of the movie? Right. After the execution, he salutes him, and he marches with the Libyans.
Right.
Right. Now, in the film, we see, so even like in the first confrontation between the Libyans and the Italians on the battlefield, we see, that some martyrs were taken from, on the Muslim side, the Libyan side, and they go back to the camp, to the village, and everybody's so happy to see them, but there's still the sting of reality, right? Mm-hmm. And we are introduced to the
character,
the widow, and
the mother,
the widow and the child,
the mother of Ali.
Yes. So Ali's the
do we
boy.
even know her name? I don't know if we.
Or
it's mentioned at some point.
At some point, yeah. Because Ali's mother. Let's just call it that for now, right? In the film, so we meet her. She's expecting her husband to come home from battle,
and she recognizes the horse.
And she recognizes the horse. She's
and it's there with the saddle, but there's nothing. And nobody's there.
The music,
and it hits you.
And it hits,
yeah.
and
it hits you. That even in this victory, she's now a widow. Her son is now an orphan.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They go to Omar Mukhtar's tent. That entire scene, minimal dialogue, but all the communication is nonverbal.
Mm-hmm.
Right? My husband, he says, I brought his book home. Dang, dude.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right? Never turned his back on him. Right?
Yeah.
He's like, he sees Ali.
Come here.
Come here. What's your name? Ali. He's like, oh, yes, Ali. Here. Take this. This is your book now.
Mm-hmm.
You give it to your mother. Take care of it for you.
It's the foundation, the spine.
Right. And then he hands it to her. She holds on to it. She starts crying. And then as Omar Mukhtar comes outside the tent, he's like, he understands where she's coming from, but he's been doing this for 20 years. Do not let him see you cry too much. And he holds Ali. He's like, one day they will have to carry on the fight. They have to remember us strong, never broken.
Yeah.
Go inside. Come here. Tells Ali, come with me. Right?
And you go join the celebration.
So then he was going to go do work with his friend Abu, I forget his name. He meets with his friend, and this one, from Kufra. And Omar pulls out his spectacles, and Ali grabs them and starts to wear them, right?
Foreshadowing.
So this is the symbol, his spectacles. So what happens in this Omar al-Mukhtar's spectacles in the film? Ali sees them, he grabs them, puts them on. And they're, at first they're like, "Is that me?" And so the adults get a laugh at it, like, "Look, this young boy is doing us. He's imitating us. How cute is that?" Right? Halfway through the movie, or 2/3 into the movie, Omar, in the extended edition, the international version of this movie, the poison gas scene that was cut from the American release of the movie.
What poison gas scene?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, not on the 4K version. You'll find it on the DVD version.
Okay.
You can borrow it and watch it.
Sure.
Okay. And that scene, Omar Mukhtar loses his spectacles, right? And they get picked up by the Italian soldiers, but this part where you see it in the in all the cuts, Omar Mukhtar is given his spectacles back by Graziani. In that scene when they meet, he's like, "Your spectacles. I believe. The day they brought them to me, I knew you wouldn't be too far behind. Right? Gives it to him.
Freaking Oliver Reed.
Okay. Nailed it. Okay. Al-Mukhtar, he wears it one last time to read Quran before he's executed. Right? He's holding it in his hands when his hands are tied behind his back. And then after he's executed, obviously he drops the spectacles. Okay. They take his body away. Everything happens. And then who comes and picks up the spectacles?
Ali.
Ali comes back full circle.
Yeah.
He picks up the mantle. He carries on the resistance.
Which
Yeah,
is
like
what
we
he said
mentioned.
in that same scene with Graziani. Because
We will never
we
surrender.
will never surrender. We win or we die.
I don't think it stops there.
You'll have the next generation to fight after the next. As for me, I will live longer. than
I'll
my
outlive
hangman.
my, yeah.
That's it. Right? We also see on the Libyan side, we see a few people who were collaborating with the Italians.
His friend.
Right? His childhood friend.
His childhood friend.
Right?
Yeah.
He's like, my friend, they are the government of this country. No. They take this land by day, but by God, we take it back by night. Man!
So good.
Right? Every man has 2 days. His own day and his children's day. Your children are starving. Think about what's going on in Gaza right now. Your children are starving. Starving in the concentration camps. Starving because you persist in fighting. Yes, they are. Hostages of war. But not one of them betrays me. Not one has asked me to surrender, because they know and I know that if I surrender, I betray them.
Because he's representing them.
Yeah.
And he's carrying on the fight.
Because how is he going to live in dignity? Right?
Exactly.
We side with that. We see that. It's clear in these scenes, right? And then in the scene, when the scene concludes, I love that scene so much. And he tells him, he's like, this may be your last chance to seek an honorable peace. They steal our land. They destroy our homes. They kill innocent people, and you call it peace. I will not be corrupted by that man's peace. Right.
Since we're talking about land of the desert, we have to talk about this. We have to talk about Kufra.
Dude. Okay.
But we must fight for Kufra.
Sometimes it is braver not to die. I know your family is there, but the only way to defend Kufra is to die there. I must go. Dude!
And that's it. It's very black and white. There's no in between.
He's like, yes, you should.
Yes, you must.
He shakes his hand and Amr grabs him, hugs him one more time. One last time.
Ubas.
Okay?
That's it.
And then the next scene, Kufra happens. Right? And like one thing I meant, the little things that they drop in that, the gems they drop in that movie, right? His wife is helping him getting dressed. His boy and his daughter are looking at him. She hugs him one more time. Okay? And then she takes the kids and goes. As they're going away, he's mounting his horse, and his son is holding onto his mom's hand, and he is turning around and he wants to go back to his dad. And his mom is like, no, you got to come with me.
Yeah.
Dude. And then, of course, the
Go and watch the movie and have more than just a box of tissues.
yeah.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. And then they ride off to their martyrdom, man.
But they win in the end.
They win. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala
They
talks
being
about.
the resistance.
That's what Allah
wins.
subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about in the Quran. Al-Husnayn. It is the one of the two good things. Right? So it doesn't say this part, but it's a reference, right? Al-Husnayn is the two good things. What are the two good things? An-Nasr, it's victory, or Shahada. You're going to be alive in Jannah after
Reaping the reward.
After Uhud.
Yeah.
Prophet ﷺ loses his uncle, his best friend growing up, okay, everything. But as they're, like right in the aftermath of Uhud, he tells the Sahaba, I have seen Hamza in Jannah reclining on couches.
What more do you want? Of course, with the preface of, knowing what our purpose in this life is,
Yeah.
and living according to that, etc. And then living, being in a position where you are obliged to defend for your right and more.
Yeah.
And if you die in the line of battle doing so, you are granted paradise.
Yeah.
Straight shot.
Yeah. I mean, since
know?
we're doing this in the frame of movies, look at The Patriot,
Yeah.
right?
Let's bring it back to that.
You know? So, at first, Mel Gibson's character he is actually opposed to going to war, right?
And the reason he gives,
His own
when
children.
you have a family of your own, perhaps you'll understand. He has what does he say? He goes, what about your principles?
I'm a parent.
I'm a parent. I don't have a luxury of principles.
Exactly. Right? And he said he must exhaust all efforts to avoid a war. But then,
The war is brought to him.
Literally to his front yard.
Right.
Literally there. And then he is punished for assisting both sides, offering aid and help to both sides, the wounded, and taking care of them and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He loses his home, and if they fire the barns, they do all that stuff. And they take his older son, who is a combatant, who's a combatant.
Heath Ledger.
They take him, they take him as a prisoner once he kind of outs himself, saying those are my letters and whatever. And so the colonel, anyway,
Arrests.
Jason Isaacs.
Yes.
So his character, he's very good. So he takes him and arrests him, and the other son, Thomas is like, Father, you have to do something. And he's just like, be quiet.
He's like, I'm going to handle this my own way.
He's like, let me think about this. And
then Thomas acts rashly because he's a young boy, right? And he charges to break free his brother.
Officers, yeah.
He tells him, Gabriel, run!
Thomas!
And immediately
he hits him and he just,
wait!
And that sound, if you can see it, like the way they filmed that, it's like his whole world just flipped.
Yeah.
Like, you have now put me in this war.
Forcibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did, like, the look that he gives the colonel, he's just like,
yeah.
Right.
You just declared war on me.
okay.
Stupid boy.
Right?
Yeah, stupid
And
boy.
rides off.
Yeah. He's like, rides off. He starts setting the plantation on fire. And he's like, he tells his kids, all of you stay here.
Oh,
he goes in the
baby.
house. He grabs his
Picks up
hatchet.
every-
Picks up every rifle he can get his hand
and then
up.
he grabs the hatchet at the very end.
He grabs his two other boys. He's like, Samuel, come with me.
And just like, it's like
Let's go.
The way he talks about it, he's just like very like, all right, let's go right now. Like, what are we doing? You take your sisters, you go hide here, and then by nightfall, when I'm back, you go take them to your Aunt Charlotte, blah blah blah.
And if
we're
I'm not
gonna go
back,
right,
that's
and
it.
we're gonna go. And
Always
so
have a plan.
Go. They run, and like you're just like, okay, what's gonna happen? What we have no idea what he's about to do. And he goes, I'll fire first. And we're like, and then it hits the boys like, we're about to get in this too. The actual, I found this out.
Aim small, miss small.
Aim small, miss small. You know what that comes from? It comes from when they were being trained on how to shoot. They said,
Like the actors?
if you aim for something small, if you aim for the button on the guy's shirt, you're gonna hit him in the chest. But if you aim for the guy's
Body.
you might
hit the
miss.
tree.
You hit the tree, exactly. So aim small, miss small.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's all about. By
a nice
the way,
trope.
so it's a nice little tidbit.
Right. So then what happens, right? So we see that again, when you study history, you study American history, 1/3 of the people in the American colonies, colonies, okay? And they went to war over what? Taxation of representation and the overpricing of tea. Okay?
Yeah.
That's another subject for another day. But like it was oppression. It was tyranny. And so they absolutely had the every right you can think of to revolt against the king. But it was a revolt, and that's the point. People are missing people understand like what it takes to revolt against the authority over you, right? When you stand on certain principles and the authority is not fulfilling their rights upon you and they're oppressing you, something's got to give at some point. Right? There's only so much tolerance you can put up with, so much injustice you can put up with before you decide you're gonna fight. So when you look at the American colonies, 1/3 of the the people in the American colonies were for the war. A third were against it, actively against it. They said, no, we are subjects of the king, and we must submit to the authority of this king. Even the ones that recognized that he was being oppressive, even if it's for his oppression and the injustice and everything, we have to submit to his authority. And the other third, they were wish-washy,
indifferent,
depending on the tides of the war. How was it going?
In whose favor? Yeah.
In whose favor? But when you put the camera in 1776, it makes you ask the question: when would you have joined the American Revolution?
Yeah.
Right. So this is not an invader like in Line of the Desert. This is in-house, sort of.
Civil
right?
War.
It's in-house. They decided to break away from the the original mainland, and we're going to be
which
our
is
own
funny
thing.
because they're actually an island.
Yeah,
Ha ha ha. Your island.
You mean Ireland?
yeah, it's mine.
Get a madman. Steven's great, man.
Yeah,
Steven's a great character.
so that was a jump to Braveheart.
Right.
You know,
Sure, the Almighty didn't send me to watch your back. I didn't like him anyway. He wasn't right in the head.
yeah.
And then he does this.
God
Just looks up.
He's like looking out for me. Thank you. Yeah. So
Thank you, guys.
Those are both. So what we've mentioned so far
it is based on true stories.
based on true stories. So now we're
Well,
going
the
to shift
second, Patriot is not
historical fiction. though.
historical fiction, but yeah,
The backdrop is history.
yes,
It's the hybrid.
yeah. Then Braveheart. It's a mix. It's a hybrid between mythology and factual history. A guy named William Wallace did lead a revolt against the English. He was a Scotsman, and was successful leading a rebellion. Yeah. So
Another great example of
Yeah.
resistance and seeing that, like
Right.
their lifestyle, their home, and then colonizer coming in.
He's
This is
trying.
ours.
The thing is, like when he comes back, I know we've talked about this before, but when he comes back after being gone for such a long time,
Right.
he says that if I can live in peace, I will.
right.
But what does peace actually mean? And we need to understand this. We need to
Definition.
make sure that people understand the meaning of the word peace, because it doesn't mean it's not
There's
the absence of violence.
right, no fighting.
It is the establishment of justice.
Yep. I'm okay.
Yep.
So I mentioned this before. I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna highlight this a lot in our talk right now. Braveheart is the story of Palestinian resistance taking place in Scotland. That's the story. That's the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. You just,
Shout out to your shirt, by the way.
yeah. Right. It was either this or wear a kufiya. So.
I should have brought my kufiya, my hat.
Oh, your
Yeah, my hat.
your kufiya.
My kufiya. It's a brimless hat, actually.
There you go. So the parallels that they put in Braveheart with what's going on in Palestine are too many to count. And I tried to capture them, right?
Yeah. We've mentioned
In doing my homework.
Can you do some quick? Let's just,
So
just for the
here
just
we
for
go.
brevity.
I'm gonna
We've already
go.
talked about
I'm gonna
this
go very
also.
fast. I'm gonna go fast.
Bullet points.
Okay. 3 generations of fighting English occupation. Okay. The boy sees the oppression firsthand. He sees the. I'll get back to this in a little bit. His father and brother, they are killed fighting the oppression, knowing good and hell well that they won't win against an army, but they said that they had to hit back. Right?
don't have to
It's like
defeat
we don't
them.
have to beat them, just fight them. Right? So not fighting was not an option for them. Okay. After his father and brother get killed, William's uncle took in his orphaned nephew. Okay. And when he wakes up in the middle of the night and to the sound of bagpipes being played at the cemetery, right? He goes and asks his uncle, "What are they doing?" "Saying goodbye in their own way. Playing outlaw tunes on God, I can't even talk about it. I can't say. Saying goodbye in their own way. Playing outlaw tunes on outlawed pipes." I've been to Palestine. I have attended a wedding where they played outlawed songs.
Yeah.
Do you like the parallels are uncanny?
One for one.
Okay. Why were they outlawed? Because it's a symbol of their people, right?
And we're trying to either erase your people.
Yeah, it's erasure. It's ethnic cleansing,
Which is actually what when they bring up that, and I'm sure you're going to talk about it.
Yeah,
the whole the prima nocta thing.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah,
right. And then the next line he tells him, "It was the same for me and your daddy when our father was killed." This is not nothing new. We're the second generation. It's going to be your turn one day, right? And then the next line, William sees his uncle's sword. His uncle using it as a cane, and he tells her, and so his uncle hands him the sword. He looks at it. He's admiration, but it's so big for him to hold it and carry it, let alone wield it.
He's got some big shoes to fill.
Very big.
He's got to be able to hold that sword.
So he grabs it from him and tells him, "First, learn to use," points at his head, "this, and then I'll teach you to use this."
Yeah.
I want you to think about what's going on in Gaza right now. Gaza is among the highest educated per capita in the world.
Yeah.
Number of the capita in people who have masters and PhDs.
Intelligence.
Okay, and the highest per capita in the world who have memorized Quran. 2.3 million people, 50,000 hafaz, who have completed the memorization of the whole Quran with the chain, the authority. I have memorized Quran from this person, who memorized it from this person, who memorized it from this person, all the way back to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
They got their ijaza.
That's what you can't call yourself a hafiz until you've recited in front of somebody that is a hafiz.
Right.
There's a continuous chain. Yeah. There's a continuous chain, right? And then, so people learn to live under oppression, so there can be some sort of unstable
Have
peace.
we not learned to live together in relative peace and harmony?
Exactly.
Huh?
Okay. So that life can go on. You have state-sanctioned rape, prima nocta. Okay. The line that Hamish says to William when they first meet again as adults, the English won't let us train with weapons, so we train with
stones. Stones? Oh my goodness.
Okay. What? The English won't let you train train with weapons? What? The occupier won't let you train. The Palestinians aren't allowed to have arms. They're not allowed. I want to hear my Second Amendment. People, where are you guys? Right? If it's a natural right, okay. Even the women are attacked and are forced to fight back. And when they fight back, what happens to them? They get killed, right? Business as usual. And what can the Scots do, right? So in the scene in the wedding, they take the bride away. What can they do? Right? They were literally, the father and husband were literally put at gunpoint, knife point.
Yeah.
If they moved, there was going to be the end of their life.
Yeah.
What could they possibly do? And the rest of the Scots, what else can they help? They're completely helpless.
Bystander effect. Yeah.
Okay, but what? Not bystander effect.
I mean, you can't do. I mean, if you're seeing something, it's
the bystander effect is you're waiting on somebody else to make a move.
This is not that.
This is not that.
This is nobody can do anything in the first place.
That's what's worse.
Okay. So what happened later? Right. So so what can they do? The Scots dare to fight back. Right. Now I'm jumping a little ahead. William is a young man. Marin is a young woman. Life is going to go on. They meet. They court. They date. They fall in love. And sidebar, since this is a God-centered show, okay? William and Maureen, they were dating behind her parents' back after they said no, right?
Tisk.
What did he say to him? You say you want to stay out of the troubles?
Aye.
If you can prove it, then I'll let you court. Or if you can prove it, then you can court my daughter.
But until you prove it.
Until then, my answer is no.
No,
Wallace. No.
Didn't I just prove it?
No.
No.
After he literally just said, if I can live in peace, I will. I don't want to go to your secret meeting, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, okay.
Right. Now, but what's interesting, yeah, so, and then again, I mean, I got to say this, especially for young people listening, right? When young men want to pursue a woman, you go in through the front door, you don't go through the back window.
This is actually scripture. This is from the Quran. You go from abwabaha, min abwabiha.
Yeah.
So that's the...
Yeah, you go from the door, you don't go through the window, right? This is, yeah. Now, all that being said, okay, and by the way, and because of the situation of the Scots, that if they publicly got married, what would have happened?
Prima nocta.
Prima nocta. So they got married in secret, but from whom? Secret from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Not even her parents knew, right? So, again, Hollywood. So you have to have the forbidden love.
Exactly.
That's Hollywood. But even if they got her parents' blessing, right? They still would have had to have married in secret, and the outcome would have been exactly the same, right? The English soldier would attempted to rape her. She would have defended herself, and then William would have defended her. Got it, and then they both would have to run away. He successfully ran away. She did not. They captured her, and they made an example out of her in front of everybody. They executed her publicly.
Yeah.
Right? So, before I keep going, freeze right here. What would we do in this scenario?
Man.
Would you fight? Is this the point where you fight now? Would you not fight, but support however possible? Verbally support, speak out against it, boycott, or is it? It's going to be inconvenient.
Injustice, what do you do?
It's going to be inconvenient. It's going to be uncomfortable. But with all this reality in your world, how much of it would you accept it, and how much of it would you be complacent? Right? You started to say it. If you see an evil,
you do something. You at the very least you.
No, well, don't start with the least. You don't start with the least.
Yeah, you change it with your hand.
The default is you change it with your hand.
Right. You change it with your hand. And if you can't change it with your hand,
speak out against it with
speak
your
out
tongue.
against it. And if you can't speak out against it, hate it in your heart.
And that's the least form of faith.
That's the lowest form of faith.
And that's what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi
That's
wasallam
hadith.
taught us, right?
Yes.
So, are you there? Or are you, you send food or supplies, much however you want to support? Or are you in the camp of you are verbally with the resistance, but you stay out of the trouble? In other words, you're all talk.
Mm-hmm. 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah, you just want peace. Or do you stay out of the troubles without supporting the resistance or the authority? Or are you siding with the authority and not fight? Are you a collaborator?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you actually fight with the authority, like that one American colony guy that went and the Patriot and put on the red coat?
Yeah.
Which camp are you in?
Mm-hmm.
Right? What are we going to do in that situation? Okay. So gas has been leaking the entire time. Here's the spark. And that's it. The people rise up and they fight back. Next scene. We heard about what was happening. And we don't want you Amadans thinking you can have your fun without us. Right?
Go home.
Tells him to go home. And he says what? Go home to what?
Some of us are in this. Can't help that now. But you can help yourselves. Go home.
We'll have no homes left when the English come down from the garrison and burn, what is it?
Burn our houses.
And burn us out.
And burn us out.
Oh.
And they will. Like, this is going to happen.
So?
We have to do something now.
We're joining. We're absolutely joining.
All right.
Welcome. Right? And then, let's see, the English nobleman, when they confronted the English nobleman that took the bride, right? He did not think he did anything wrong.
It was my right.
Okay? I never did her any harm.
What was that idiot? That guy? If I don't do this, then someone else will do this.
Oh my God.
That Jahesh, whatever.
Yeah.
Jacob, his name is.
Yeah, the Israeli settler.
Yeah. If I don't come in to take your house, somebody else will take your house.
If I don't steal it, somebody else will steal it.
That's your justification? Yeah.
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 Oh, but
Beep.
Yeah. Right? So that's what this guy was saying. He was like, I never did any harm. It was my right. You're right. Well, I'm here to claim the right of a husband. Yeah, you let him have it.
And then when he finishes it with Tifalek kulkum, which just means spit on you, spit on all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The resistance gets the attention of the Scottish nobles. They're rich, but they're in survival mode. Right? What do they say? I'm almost there, guys. I'm sorry about taking so much time on this. He said, it is time to survive. Right? Well, they want
that's the Robert the
Robert's
Bruce's
father, right? So he tells, it's time to survive.
And
he tells
we
him,
want him to
"Give
keep
ear."
on surviving.
Right?
No,
Until when?
at some point you have to act.
Yeah. He says, maybe it's time. It is time to survive. He ends the scene by telling him what? He's like, give ear to our nobles. Knowing their mind is the key to the throne.
Yeah, well, the nobles are in bed with Longshanks anyway.
Exactly.
So to clarify for the
Right.
audience, the nobles are the people that they're those who are that are put in a position of power.
Right.
But they are also at the table of the oppressor. So they're kind of like, yeah, we're serving both of you, kind of thing.
They're the mediators between both parties.
Right. Now, the next factor is the external support. Right? So, if I risk my neck for you, will I get a chance to kill Englishmen?
Is your father a ghost? Do you converse with the Almighty?
Right? So later, and William tells him, the answer to your question is yes. You fight for me, you get to kill the English. Excellent.
No, we have a common thing here.
Excuse me. Right? So, and then in the same scene, a Scot feigned supporting William Wallace and actually tried to kill him. Right?
Where have we seen this before?
Yeah. Okay. Battle negotiations. Where are you going? I'm gonna pick a fight.
And I was just talking to you about this. Like, I didn't realize until much later. He's like, no. We're going to have a fight today. I'm not going to let these nobles go over there and talk a nice little game. And we're just going to listen. We're sorry that we came out here today. And please don't kill anything. And listen, can I get another piece of land and whatever? And no.
Yeah.
We didn't get dressed up for nothing.
Exactly. And then after the fight, right after the battle, at the battle, right? He tells him, so he starts immediately pushing the buttons of the negotiator, and the nobles are like, you disrespect the banner of truce from his king, absolutely, right? And
his face,
yeah. And as soon as there's a decisive victory and the resistance gains traction and popularity, what happens with the Scots? What happens with the resistance? Division, right? And so William and his people, they're like, as soon as they start fighting, William and his people, they start leaving the room, right?
Where are you going?
Where are you going? We have beaten the English, but they'll come back because you won't stand together. What will you do? I will invade England and defeat the English on their own ground. Now, and then to the next point, we're talking about the nobles. You're so concerned with squabbling for the scraps from Longshank's table that you've missed your God-given right to something better. The English send the princess, why? To sue for peace. Peace talks. We've heard this before. Right?
There was a camp.
Something about David. So, and what happens during that talk? The guy tells, Hamilton tells the princess in Latin, because
while they're speaking English,
okay, that he is a murdering savage and he's telling lies. But William is educated, and he responds in Latin, I never tell a lie, but I am a savage. You call me savage? I'm a savage. Okay, what's savage? Backwards, barbaric, I'm uneducated, I am not you. Mm-hmm. That's my crime. I'm not you.
I'm other.
I'm other. That's my crime. Okay?
And then he jumps into another language, just in case.
Yeah.
Or in French, if you prefer.
He says it in French. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he impresses her because she's French. She's like, oh. Yeah.
Ask your king.
Okay? And then when she makes the offer to him with the money and everything and the lands and titles, he tells her, he's like, for what? Should I become Judas? She said, peace is made in such ways. Slaves are made in such ways. This is what's going on in Palestine. Play by play. It's the same playbook. Again, it just goes back to that, right?
There was the expression or the expression of I'll sell out my brother for a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah. Right.
Here's a really good one that I didn't make the connection between it.
Yeah.
Until very recently. The expression, which is not a nice term, it's kind of used kind of jokingly, but I guess a long time ago it meant something more.
Okay.
Akhu shilin,
Yeah.
which literally I was like, oh, whatever, it just means something. But then I realized what it meant. It means you are the brother, like you are the close companion of what? The shilling, money.
The currency
You're
of
a
the
sellout.
You're yeah.
That's what I'm calling you right now.
The currency of the occupier.
Weasel, you whatever, you're a sellout.
The currency of the occupier.
Right, and that's an Arabic term, which is kind of
Yeah.
used in a
Derogatory way.
derogatory
Yeah.
kind of way.
Yeah. Betrayed by the nobles in battle. Right? So what does William do in the aftermath of that? He cleans up house.
It was, okay, you're gonna betray me? I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
One after the other. Okay.
There's no telling who'll be next.
Maybe you. Maybe me. Doesn't matter.
I'm serious, Robert.
So am I. He starts laughing because we're next.
Yeah,
We betrayed him.
Whatever is coming to us, we
We got it coming.
had it coming.
Right? And now last point I want to make on this whole thing. It's a hot take. Braveheart took a lot of ideas from Lion of the Desert. Let me make my case.
Quickly.
The fighter does not want to fight. Okay? They tell me Graziani loves blood. I don't like to believe those stories. And yet I do. Does Omar Mukhtar want to fight? Probably not. Right? He wants to live in peace. But he's going to pick up his arms. Right? The enemy buys time under the guise of pursuing peace.
I dispatched them
Before I
before I
sent
sent your wife.
Right? I sent the colonel in. What's he going to do? Right? He will give me time. And what I need is time. Right down to the execution scene. When Umar Mukhtar has the nooses being put around his neck, he looks out and he sees Ali.
Yeah.
When William Wallace is right before he's being tortured, he looks out in the audience and he sees
Little boy.
some little boy. Ding,
What a
ding, ding, ding,
parallels,
ding, ding. Anyway, what else? Star Wars.
Well, so I was gonna say, so those are examples of
Real life.
of resistance in real life,
In history.
and I think what we can do is actually break, and we'll talk about resistance, real resistance
In
from
fiction.
a fiction. So I think that'll be our next topic.
I think that's a great place to pause, and we'll do a second part later. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. If y'all did, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you hit that post notification down below. This is Mustafa Talib as one of your co-hosts,
I'm Abdurrahman Talib.
And I'm Eamon Talib.
and we'll see you guys in the next one. Assalamu alaikum.